Hey crew, how are you guys doing with this Venus retrograde in Leo? How is it working for you? It's also a Saturn retrograde, and at the end of this Venus retrograde we will be having a Mercury retrograde, so a lot of overlapping retrogrades. Things are going to slow down for us. They have already started to slow down, and the weather is also kind of making us slow down, at least in the place where I am. It's incredibly hot, so it's kind of hard for me to keep creating these videos, but I will persevere nonetheless. I have here my obsidian ball protecting me from my own inner negativity, but also from these kind of obstacles around me. All this being said, I look forward to seeing what messages regarding your career are going to pop up for us tonight. Welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker. Welcome to a pick a card reading on the topic of what's coming up next in your career. I just thought we would have a look into any professional messages that you might need to hear in this period. I know that for those of you living in the Northern Hemisphere, it's summertime, so maybe career-related things might not be on your mind, but I just felt so inspired for those of you who need to work throughout the summer or who are taking some extra courses. I'm opening up the space to see whatever messages come through. You might get a study related answer or just a work related answer. We will see what pops up, and I'll do my best to guide you through the process. So this is a pick a card reading for those of you that are new to my channel. You get a choice of 3 different decks or objects or crystals. In the reading today, I decided to actually choose tarot decks. And then you just click on the timestamp below and it takes you to your specific message. So let me introduce to you the options. We have here the Moon and Stars Tarot, the Body Tarot, and the Spirit Song Tarot. You can go by the colors, you can go by the imagery, you can go by the number or their placement. So group 1 has this imagery from the Moon and Stars Tarot. Group 2 has this image from the Body Tarot. It's a gigantic heart. And group 3 has this lotus flower imagery for the Spirit Song Tarot. All of my tarot decks and oracle decks are linked in the description box below. Most of them have been kind gifts that my soul family, my subscribers, my crew have been sending me throughout the years, and I cannot be more grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you for new people, those of you who have recently subscribed. Thank you for pledging your loyalty to my channel. I'm looking forward to continue to inspire you and entertain you and give you some hopeful, optimistic messages. And thank you as well to my loyal subscribers, my soul family, my crew. For those of you who are also supporting me on Patreon, you are helping me so much with that support because you're keeping me well caffeinated and you're feeding my cats, and I cannot be happier. And actually I took my allowance, the one that I made last month on Patreon, and I bought some new crystals. So I have some new crystals in my collection, which I am thinking of including in another pick a card reading related to love. So keep an eye out for that, guys, okay? Thank you so much for following me on Instagram, on TikTok as well. I'm having so much fun updating on those 2 platforms in a much quicker way than I can distribute here on YouTube in these long form videos. And also I've been having so much fun uploading and posting astrological analysis on my website, The Spiritual Social. So make sure to follow my blog. It's the 2nd link in the description box. I do need to tell you as well that unfortunately in this period with a Venus retrograde and also towards the end of August there will be a Mercury retrograde overlapping the Venus retrograde, so I decided to take a break from accepting personal orders. I actually booked my last ones this weekend, and starting from tomorrow morning I will no longer be taking any personal orders until the 15th of September. I need to travel, I need to read, I need to do some online courses, I need to get familiar with some of the tarot and oracle decks that were sent my way very quickly in the last months. So in order to have this space, I did need to put my personal orders on hold for a while, but I'll be back on the 15th of September, and if you send me a message in between, I'll put you on a waiting list. Great. I hope that as I was shamelessly self-advertising, I hope that you had a good look at these 3 options placed in front of you. Oh, my camera. I don't know if it was focused. I hope it was. I apologize if it wasn't. Have a look at them now. Take a deep breath in. There we go. And if you've made your choice, then I don't want to keep you waiting, my loves. Your time is precious. Let's jump straight into it and find out what is coming up next in your career. Hey Group 1, welcome to a reading on the topic of what's next in your career. Let's uncover what professional messages you need to hear on the moment when you stumble upon this reading. So this is for those of you that were drawn, the cards are already flipping, okay? You were maybe drawn to this Moon and Stars Tarot. Actually, not maybe, for sure, because that's why you're here. Okay, with all these planets retrograde at the moment, I am finding it a little bit hard to focus, especially since I get quite hot when I divinate, and it's incredibly hot in the area where I find myself. But I just put the air conditioning on just for the small span of doing these readings so I can show up for you guys. Okay, so while I'm shuffling, make sure that you have a look at the links in the description box and into the comment section. Maybe there's something nice for you there. But let's see, Spirit, for Group 1, what's coming up next in their career? So these are the cards that you have. We have here the Devil, Obsession. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and the keyword is Vision. We have the Hermit, and the keyword is Solitude. Five of Pentacles, Insecurity. And Four of Wands, Celebration. And your oracle cards are Mountains, Clarity. Then we have Groundedness, Gravity. We also have Rose Quartz, Empathy. Wow, Smoky Amazonite. Yeah, Abundance. Just wanted to double check it's Smoky Amazonite and not Smoky Quartz. And then we also have Aqua Aura. And the keywords are healthy communication and relationships, heart-to-heart discussions, and clear, assertive communication help you understand and be understood. Emphasis on be understood. And then we also have listen. Yeah. The keywords being paying attention, dialogue, and communicating. Okay, so I'm seeing very heavily the energies of Capricorn and Virgo. I also see this message strongly emphasized with the oracle cards that clarify the tarot cards. We have the mountains, which is a very strong representation of the mountain goat, the symbol of Capricorn. Saturnian energy is very icy, frosty, limiting, harsh. And then we have the Hermit, Virgo energy, meditating in solitude, retreating in nature, understanding the natural rhythms, the cycles of life, and not rushing things. We also have the planet Jupiter here in the distance. So potentially you could be an earth sign, or you might be very strongly influenced by earth energy in the area of your career. You could have your work houses in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, the work houses being the 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th houses of the zodiac. So maybe you have a transit there. Uranus could be traveling in Taurus in your 2nd house, or Pluto is right now retrograding in Capricorn in your 6th house. I feel very strongly that what's coming up next in your career is a very important achievement. You will overcome some setbacks and reach a milestone. I feel that you need to dedicate yourself very strongly to your career goals. Do not let other people push you down. Try not to compare yourself with other people. It's important for you to block out social distractions and just focus on the task at hand and show up each day. Show up for your work, but show up for yourself as well. I feel that you guys are struggling a little bit to have some sort of recognition in this period, but I feel that the recognition will come after a prolonged period of study, or after you give it your all in a particular work-related project. You could be facing some obstacles. Maybe your resources aren't there, maybe there is some funding limitation, maybe the technology is kind of clunky, but if you persevere and put in every day a little bit of effort, and you don't allow those days when you wake up and you feel like, I just don't want to go back to the drawing board, I just don't want to do this anymore. If you just take a break in those moments, rest, relax, and then come back to it, you will see that this perseverance, this sheer determination to achieve your goal, no matter what cost, is going to pay off for you. I see here very clearly that you love what you do, or you're about to fall in love with what you do. With rose quartz energy, empathy, and we also have the smoky Amazonite. Amazonite clears negative energetic waves. Also, the communication devices are really helped and cleansed by Amazonite. So if you sleep with your phone, it's good to have an Amazonite case or to put an Amazonite crystal next to it in order to kind of protect you from those really nasty EMFs. So we have here an individual that can actually achieve quite a lot in their work-related professional environment as long as they stay true to what they love and as long as they put heart into the task at hand. So I feel like you need to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing, and if you are in love with what you're doing, keep at it. If not, I feel that an important readjustment is going to take place in your world of work because we have here this insecurity measure. At the moment at which I'm filming this reading, it's a sky with Saturn and Pisces, and I feel like you could be feeling the pressure of Saturn and Pisces. Saturn kind of tells you, it gives you kind of two options. Either you love what you do and you put a lot of effort into it day by day, bit by bit, you build a new foundation, and you will get a really important reward when Saturn will switch signs. But you have to stick to it because Saturn's transit lasts for about 2.5 years. Yeah, so if you love what you do, put in effort, it's gonna pay off in a material, visible, tangible way once Saturn switches signs 2 years from now. On the other hand, if you don't love what you do, Saturn is going to pressure you to make a change, to be mature, to see the limits of your work, and to make a drastic change. Maybe quit your job, or there will be a situation that will kind of push you into you being fired if you don't enjoy what you're doing. Things are going to escalate kind of dramatically overnight if you just allow the pressure cooker at work to boil and boil. But if you take the conscious decision, no, you know what, I'm going to be completely honest with myself. I hate what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm here. I'm better off looking for something much better for me, a better way to spend my time, a better way to earn an income. I can do better, I can do more, I can do something different. So if you're going to be brutally honest, Saturn will reward you, because this is the energy of needing to have maturity, needing to make some tough decisions, but decisions that are actually aligning you with your path in life. And I also see that at the moment, it's really important for you to speak to other people, to get second opinions, listen very clearly to other people's advice, but then make a decision based on your heart. Make a decision based on, okay, I listen to what everybody has to say. Does it align with what I've already been feeling, or are these bits and scraps of information that I took in kind of like discordant with what I've already been feeling? Why could be that? So why could be that? I don't think that's proper grammar, but anyway, you have to kind of parse through some of the things you're listening to and make a decision that is kind of pushing you into the direction of abundant independence rather than codependent fear, or an attitude in which you're just thinking, I'm just going to stay put where I am and it's going to be okay, and I'm not going to move because I don't want any changes or drama in my life. That's the wrong attitude to have in your career at the moment, because what I feel is coming is some very important conversations. So the next thing in your career is the fact that you might take on a mentor. The mentor doesn't have to be an actual person that teaches you something. In most cases for you guys, that's going to happen. You're going to sit and be taught. You're going to listen to a master, a person that's very good at whatever it is that is your area of expertise, and you're going to learn the ropes. And this is going to push you forward. This is going to help you change. This is going to help you break through a rut and reach a better level. I feel that more opportunities will come towards you, more money, more chances to collaborate with other people that are big shots in your field. I also feel like if this mentor is not a physical being, you could read books or engage with material online that was written by other wise people. So you could have a disembodied mentor, a mentor that maybe is no longer here in our physical plane because you're reading a book from the 18th century and that person's thoughts really inspire you to make a decision in the present that empowers you. Yeah. So we sometimes also have these mentors that come to us through art, through movies, through books, through podcasts, whatever it is that we consume. We get messages from a variety of different kind of media that we consume. So I feel like this is what's coming up in your career. More knowledge that you can then use to improve your skills and break through a habit that has been created, because some of you have been feeling stagnant at work, and I'm here to let you know that this energy is going to open up, whether it will happen through you leaving a job, you kind of signing up for training, you taking on a mentor, or you just deciding to go solo and begin your own independent type of work. That's going to pertain to each of your individual circumstances. But I'm here to let you know that a change is coming, a change is necessary. You are a little bit of Saturn's biatch in the coming period, but Saturn is helping you feel aligned to more prosperity. Saturn always gives you predictable rewards, but it wants you to put in the hard work. Saturn is not spontaneous. It is not that soul mind-numbingly intense like Pluto is. It is not shocking like Uranus is. And most of the times it isn't as violent as a Mars transit could be. Saturn is just more like daily pressure, like a ton of bricks falls on your shoulders and you have to put in the work to kind of like shed them off your back. And the way you shed them off your back is by following due procedures, by doing what you already know you need to be doing, by putting in the work, by showing up, by reading, writing, communicating, and doing your best each day. And that best is going to accumulate and it will give you a phenomenal reward. You're going to build something, and you stand on a precipice right now of building something that has the potential to last. So it might take you 2 years to reach that well-paid position, to reach that promotion, to complete that project. But once you have completed it, it will be something that people will remember you by every time when Saturn might come back to the sign in which it is at the moment, or when you will have a favorable Jupiter transit. People will come back and be attracted to you and to the legacy you have created, okay? So I'm here to let you know that there is something to celebrate that's coming up in your career. I feel like you're going to feel like there's a new foundation, a new beginning in your life. So maybe you put in a lot of work to pass an examination, to get a certificate, to get a degree, to get an extra training, kind of like the results of a training to improve one of your skills, and people are going to congratulate you. You are going to pass this like with flying colors. People are really going to think, wow, you did your best. We are so proud of you. And these people could be your coworkers, your relatives, your group of friends. I feel like a lot of people are going to be magnetized by your savoir-faire, by the fact that you know what you're doing, and you're going to feel very confident and competent. Yeah. So I feel like this is the energy that's coming up next in your career. It is something quite fated because the devil and the hermit are opening up this gateway, but I want you to keep in mind that you've been working too hard in this period and you've been isolating yourself a bit too much. So what you need to be doing is also to balance your heart, your relationships with the work you've been doing, because I feel like there's a massive imbalance here and you could be feeling like there's been a long period of all work and no fun for me, and it could detrimentally affect your mental health. The hermit is also a symbol of mental health for me, and it's kind of like a warning sign to take really good care of your alone time, but also balance it with more social activities as well, so that you don't end up feeling like you're dissociating from the real world, like you could be entertaining certain delusions of self that could end up harming you in the long run. So this is the message that I had for you, Group 1. I really hope you have enjoyed this reading. Smash that like button if you have, and comment down below. Let me know your experiences. I love to read your comments. Until next time, take care and stay cool. Hey Group 2, welcome my loves. I'm so happy to have you here with me for a career-related pick a card reading. Let's find out what's coming up next in your career. So we have here the Body Tarot. You might have been drawn towards it. This gorgeous blue heart. Okay, so while I'm going to shuffle from the body tarot, please have a look at the links that I placed below in the description box and in the comment section. Maybe you might find something interesting there. Yeah, okay, let's see. The cards are already starting to come out. Ooh, nice. Okay, I think that should be enough. So let me show you the cards that you got. So we have the Nine of Wood, worry. We have the Six of Water, innocence. We have the Stomach, the Justice card, fairness. We have the Six of Fire, triumph. Okay, great. We have the Three of Water, friendship. And your oracle cards are, we have ask, launch, soar, and request. We have darkness, the moon. Desert jasper, resolve. I always think that this looks like a chicken breast. You got another card from the Secrets of the Mystic Grove, togetherness. And the keywords are loyalty, fellowship, and bonding. We have peridot, life lessons. You can break free from recurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and blessing that they contain. Okay, so first of all, the very first message that's popping up is that you are going to be part of a new team. You could relocate from your current position at work if you happen to work for a corporation or in an administrative kind of job. You are going to shift the current team in which you work with another. You're going to switch. So I also feel like some of you could enter a period in your work where you will have to collaborate with more people. Maybe you just receive a sum of money and you're going to sign up to do some research with a team rather than on your own. Or you have been handed a project with more responsibilities and you guys need to put all of your brain power together. You need to brainstorm and come up with a lot of ideas. I feel like you are going to be part of a group of people that were specifically selected to work on a particular task. Some of you could be working in technology, robotics. I'm picking up, wow, this is really cool and interesting. Others of you are looking into space exploration. I don't know why I'm getting like a lot of Aquarius energy. I'm picking up on a lot of 11th house energy, and for some bizarre reason my right shoulder, the back of my right shoulder has started itching me. So this side of the body is actually the masculine side, and the shoulder shows movement, but it also shows what we can rely upon, right? The back is a symbol of trust. So there could be a man, an important man that you will work with that you can rely upon. I also feel that you're also, whether you are male or female, you're embodying more of your masculine energy. You're going to feel more competent. You're going to do more rather than sit back and think and kind of plan and ponder. You're going to jump straight into the action. You're going to have a lot of bravery and passion and dedication to what you're going to be doing. I feel like some of you are working in the field of law, and there will be important clients that you will work with. You will have to defend them, and the outcomes will be in your favor. You're going to win a couple of cases. So if you're a lawyer or prosecutor, if you're training to become a judge, you are standing on the shoulders of success in this profession. I also feel that a lot of you are going to partner up. It's inevitable. Group 2, you're going to partner up. This is the overall message I feel very clearly here. You will be surrounded by people. You're going to gather your team of weird individuals and you're going to save the world like in Marvel movies. No, but of course I'm joking, I'm exaggerating, but I feel very clearly that you are either switching jobs and you're moving from a more solitary background occupation to something more foregrounded that requires you to work as part of a team, or you're going to change one project for another, and this new project requires the brain power of more than one individual, but it's going to be something quite prestigious. It's going to be something that you could be worried at the beginning. How am I going to fit into this group? Are they okay individuals to work with? Maybe you're worried about kind of like explaining things to them, living by their schedule. You're worried maybe about the dynamics between you guys. Is there going to be any competition? I feel that no. I feel that with the Three of Water, you have like the friendship energy. So these people are going to have your back. And I also feel like together, whatever it is that you're working on, it's going to be a success, okay? So it's really, really positive. I also see that if you approach the situation with an open mind and with kind of like a pure heart, believing the best, believing that each person in the group is just, you know, getting by. They're just individuals. They sometimes make mistakes. They're human, you know. If you see them with these eyes of compassion and understanding, this is going to be something that will really become an enjoyable work experience. Like the more you're trying to compete with them or figure out whether they are mean individuals, the more you attribute them negative behavioral patterns, the more they're going to behave like that. But the more you, sorry, my nose has been itching, so I feel like spirit is present. This usually happens when I channel. But anyway, to complete that sentence, the more you attribute these individuals positive characteristics, the more you look at them with admiration, the more you accept them, you listen to them, you ask them questions, you kind of like hold a candle for them, you know, you ask them how they're feeling, you get to know them and their family history a little bit as you guys are working together. The more you behave with them in this way, I feel like the more they're gonna radiate back this kind of energy at you, and you're going to feel like you can genuinely enjoy when you're going to work as part of a team. So some of you are healing some sort of relational dynamics that have been causing you a lot of stomach aches. Maybe you're recovering from irritable bowel syndrome. I know that I suffered as well when I was teaching in Oxford. It was a pretty high-powered job with a lot of responsibility, and I had a lot of students under my control, and I got like really like my stomach was completely eaten up by all the worries and kind of fears that I needed to face each day. So I feel like for you as well, it could be that either you're trying to get over mild trauma that you suffered in the previous work environment. For some of you, maybe you might have had some sort of neck injury, because I'm kind of feeling like some sharp pains in the back of my neck. Yeah, there's something with your back, with your neck. Maybe you felt like you were backstabbed by the people in your previous job or project or situation, and now you could enter this new team with a lot of worry and concern that history might repeat itself. I'm here to let you know very clearly it will not. This is a completely different situation. You are actually entering a really good, positive, energized team of people that are there to be your friends, you know? I mean, look at these cards. Friendship, triumph, togetherness, yeah? But I do feel that past pain, past worry, the unconscious, your fears could be the ones that might self-sabotage this beautiful project and this team of people that actually just want to do their best, much like you would feel the same, right? So you're entering into this new occupation, you're starting this new project, you're beginning this new activity with the mindset, I want to do my best, and so will everyone around you. But don't allow fears, worries, and past emotions self-sabotage this beautiful connection that you will create with this group of people. If you don't know something, rather than assuming it about somebody else, ask them. This will be an exercise in you working through some mental illusions, okay? So try not to assume something about an individual. Just ask them directly. This will be the approach that will give you so much clarity and will calm you down. Maybe you feel that a person in your team looks at you in a weird way that you could find judgmental. But if you ask them, hey, what is going on? You're kind of staring at me. Why are you looking at me like that? Potentially that person might tell you, oh, I was just drifting because I was worried about something that happened at home with my child. And you're going to find out that that fear was just in your mind. It was an illusion. It wasn't something that was actually real. And that person clarified the reason, and it was good of you to ask, yeah? So this is going to be a strategy that's really going to help integrate yourself into this new group. And I also feel like with life lessons, this is part of your good karma. So if you suffered in a previous work occupation, if you were part of a toxic work environment, if there was a lot of stress, if you somatized that stress, if you internalized it and it literally made you feel physically ill, in this situation, things are actually going to be like a reward for all the effort you put in order to survive and to make ends meet in the previous work situation or study situation. So I feel that as part of your life lesson, you're going to be blessed with good karma or dharma, and I feel like these people are going to be your dharmic counterparts. They are meant to help you kind of heal the past and the darkness in which you found yourself. I also feel that you were quite alone and solitary in a previous occupation, and now this new blessed energy of feeling like people have your back is coming into your career. Okay, wow, I really like this for you. I think it's so sweet. Not many of us can actually say that, you know, we're working as part of a team and it's working really well, because society is going through this massive reconstruction at the moment. There are so many problems, and we're going to have to collectively find solutions for them as soon as Pluto goes back into Aquarius and stays there for the next 22 years. Anyway, coming back to your reading, we have here the Resolve and the Desert Jasper and Vesta. So Vesta is this energy of taking care of home, taking care of the hearth, what keeps everybody connected, what brings people together, what you have in common with other people, and that feeling of togetherness that you sometimes get when people make a campfire and they eat like all sorts of things that they might have prepared or hunted or fish, and they just basically share food with one another and tell stories in the middle of the night, and the campfire is warming them. So it's kind of like that feeling of people coming together to talk about what drove them to this point in their career and how blessed it is that you guys somehow found each other and you're working professionally together. I feel that the majority of you are entering into a collective that is a dharmic reward and that will help you kind of feel like you're healing. It will make you feel like my heart is settled now. I found some inner peace. I feel like I managed to manifest something that is working in my best interest rather than hurting me or re-traumatizing me. So this is the reading that I had for you, group 2. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Smash that like button if you have, and comment down below and let me know your experiences. What are you working as? What are you working at in this period? I would really love to hear from you. So until next time, take great care, stay cool, or I don't know, stay hot, depending where in the world you find yourself. I hope you are taking great care of yourself and of your loved ones, and that the weather isn't too harsh on you. Ciao. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. This is going to be a reading on the topic of what's coming up next in your career. I have to tell you that in between your reading and group 2's reading, I had to change positions. So maybe there will be a switch, a shift in your public role, in your social status. You could get promoted, or you might change from a position of just an employee to manager. Maybe you will become self-employed and you'll become your own boss. Let's figure out what's coming up. I wanted to say out and up at the same time. You guys are really impatient. You're feeling quite fired up. You want to first of all know what messages are coming through, but I feel like you're also quite driven. You could literally be listening to this pick a card reading while you're like exercising on a treadmill or doing something high powered and kind of like making your heart do that cardio beat. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the Spirit Song Tarot, which is kind of contradictory because this is such a chill and beautiful animal themed deck. But let's find out. Maybe this is exactly the energy that you need, like a counterpoint to bring you a little bit of balance at the moment. Because if you're feeling really high powered and energized, yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it, you know? I feel like this deck is bringing you some soothing peace, some calm energy. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, some of you are feeling like enough talk, I want to get down to it. To what? Okay, be careful, don't hurt yourself, yeah? Yeah, the cards are just flying everywhere. So let me show you the ones that dropped. We have here the Moon, imagination and perception. This is the Owl. We have the Star, peace and healing, the Swan. We also have here the 3 of acorns or coins, and this is the Giraffe, foresight and exploration. And we have the Seven of Feathers. And this is the cheetah, preparation and resourcefulness. Oh, I do apologize. The Three of Acorns is actually the Three of Wands. It's not the Three of Coins. And now let me show you the oracle cards. We have here Solitude, number 11, Rest, Ponder, Quiet, Sanctuary. Yeah, it's exactly the opposite of the energy I was picking up on. Solitude, the desert. We also have here Ammonite, Trust, and Turquoise, the spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clear to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. Okay, so the energy that's coming up next in your career is a little bit contradictory, because on one hand, I feel like you are going to level up very quickly. Something spontaneous, quite shocking might happen. Potentially somebody could resign overnight and you will be put in their place. Or it could be that somebody just says to your team or the group of people that you work with that they're pregnant, they're expecting a child, and they're going to go on a maternity leave, or they might decide to just drop the job altogether and you will fill in for their place. I feel like after this upsurge, change, random spontaneous event that will happen in your career, you're going to go through a period of just maintaining what has been changed. You might need to rest and take things very slowly, and then I feel another upswing is going to happen. It's a very Uranus bound kind of energy, but the good part is that there is a lot more fun. This is a very fun, exploratory energy coming into your career. You'll be able to shake up your daily routine. If you have been feeling a little bit bored and out of it, I feel like now you're going to actually feel excited. You might need to be doing some research or work with different people, or you've changed your position, your role, even your office. You know, you could be sent to work on a different department, on a different floor, in a different room, and this is actually going to change the energy, and you're going to feel like, wow, I feel refreshed. I feel like this is exactly the change that I needed. A lot of you are going to reach for something that is higher than what you are prepared to actually do at the moment, and I feel that this is actually going to pan out in your favor. So don't be shy about reaching for something unattainable. For example, applying for a position that is a little bit out of your league, or asking for an income that is maybe nothing that you earned in the past. I feel that the bolder you are, the more chances of success for you, group 3. So we see here with the star that all eyes will be on you. You have this radiant energy at the moment, and I have a very special message to give you here. I feel that some of you are going to meet a counterpart through work. This is somebody that has the potential to make you a mother, and somebody that could be a long-term partner. So if you're a woman, you could get pregnant by this person that you meet through work, or you might, at least if not getting pregnant, you could have a long-term connection with them. And if you're a man, I feel that you might fall in love with a woman that is very artistic and dreamy, a little bit shy and moody, but exactly the right kind of partner that you need at this point in your development. Yeah. So the swan guarantees a long-term commitment, and the moon here with the wise owl is a symbol of the goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, prosperity, and making it rain with golden energy, golden light. So this also talks about feeling like life is rich in experiences, in friends, in golden opportunities. Yeah. So there will be like a completely, you're not expecting this, you're not planning for it, you're working on your goals, you're working on maybe getting a promotion or just doing more in your work, maybe reaching higher than your limit at the moment. And as you're doing this, you're going to meet a counterpart. You're going to be like completely shocked by love that came from the side field. I feel that this is important because some of you, I'm picking up very strongly on somebody who could have a South Node in Aries, which means that at the moment when I'm filming this, we have the transit of the nodes of the moon in Libra and Aries. The South Node is in Libra and the North Node is in Aries. So if you have natally in your chart a South Node in Aries and a North Node in Libra, you're having a reverse nodal return at the moment. I hope this makes sense. So the nodes of the moon are exactly the opposite of the ones that you're having them in your chart. By transit, the transit is slightly contradictory. But when the nodes are reversed, when the transit is experienced as something different than what you have it in your natal chart, this tends to bring up soulmates from the past to help push you on the path of your destiny. And I feel that somebody you might meet through work is going to take you off the market, okay? You're no longer going to be single. Man, there's such a feeling of rush with you guys. I need to pace myself because I'm trying to speed through this reading, but the messages are clunky and they block. And I think this is a reminder that whatever is done well is done step by step and without haste. So, also I'm hearing too many cooks spoil the broth. As much as possible in this period, try not to rely so much on the advice of other people at work. Of course, collaborate. Of course, ask your team, participate in team meetings if you have this opportunity. But try to follow your own intuition, your own inner guidance, okay? Some of you could be having a performance anxiety because my right leg has been shivering. So it could be that you're like tense about launching something, about finishing a project, about conducting a presentation. But I feel that you will be successful because the cheetah is the symbol of solar masculine power. It is that energy of, I am here, let me show you what I can do. I am the best person in the world. Sorry, I just thought about the IT Crowd. I don't know if you guys know the British comedy series. Yeah, they had a boss who was incredibly arrogant and he thought he was the best man in the world before he jumped off a building. Anyway, we have here preparations and resourcefulness. In order for you to kind of mitigate the effects of the stage fright and kind of like calm yourself down before a presentation or before making a leap of faith and asking for a bigger income than you ever had before, or asking for a job role or a job title that is not something that you have experience with so far. Plan and prepare. Figure out what you're going to say, rehearse it as many times in front of a mirror, in front of your friends and family, and then go and just execute the plan. You are going to be a success, okay? But preparation is important, so try not to skip that important step. Please wear some turquoise in this period. It is considered to be the ancient stone of kings and queens because it was placed on top of crowns, as it could give the bearer not only that beautiful light blue hue that looks quite complementary but on somebody's skin, but it's also the energy of mental clarity, right? Seeing through illusion, seeing through lies, deceit, plots against you, and that was important for a royal person. So I feel very clearly that whatever assignment is coming up next is going to push you on like a period of deeper wisdom. I don't even know how to put it into words. It's like this confidence, you reaching for something higher, is going to level you up spiritually as well, because you're showing the universe, I'm putting my trust and blind faith that I can actually grow more, that I am ready to expand. And then it's almost like you're creating this beautiful magnetic field of possibilities, and it will attract exactly that thing that you're aiming for. Yeah, so this is a time to think big. This is a time to keep the big perspective in mind. And it's also a time to be bold, yeah? I feel that here with the trust Ammonite, you are genuinely going to put your trust into the divine, and you will be rewarded tenfold for this wonderful leap of faith that you're taking, for believing in yourself and loving yourself and putting in the necessary planning work and the preparation to succeed. And then as you do all these things, you're mentally manifesting, you're also preparing. The universe is actually going to give you that necessary nudge in the right direction, that push up the ladder, and I feel like you're going to just reap the rewards much more easily than other people who don't have those elements in mind. So after a period of deep solitude, feeling quite alone, abandoned, maybe you received some rejections, maybe you were not able to be part of a team of people that you wanted to work with, I feel that right now in your career, some positive developments are coming, okay? I also want you to be quite ambitious, okay? Carry yourself with the ordinary confidence of a Western middle-class white man, yeah? So just put all that effort into saying and believing that I am the best. I know that, things are going to work out for me. Let me impress you with my knowledge and my skills, even if you feel like you don't know everything in your field of work, but behave as if you do. Because I feel that this behavioral shift is actually going to bring you from a position of being alone, detached, and wise into a position of being the person that takes on a really ambitious project and leads other people, the person that meets a soulmate through work and ends up in a long-term commitment, the person that inspires others with their ideas, imagination, and emotions and passion for the work that they do, and the person that is confident and bold and is able to sit in front of a group, in front of a crowd, and say, this is who I am, this is what I represent, this is the work that we do, and we're super excited to share it with you. Yeah. So you could also be invited to participate in conferences or to sit in front of a stage. Maybe you're going to do a TED Talk on behalf of your company, on behalf of the project you've been working on. I feel that this is going to be something that will be a consequence of you putting your faith into the divine, and the work that you'll be doing has a deeper underlying meaning for you in the spirit, because it's also part and parcel of your spiritual growth. Yeah. So a lot of you have reincarnated in this lifetime to do not only work for a paycheck or to support yourself, but the work that you're doing is connected to your destiny. It's connected to you kind of learning on a soul level important lessons. And these lessons might have come after a period of going through a dry, rough patch, of feeling like you were alone and abandoned in the desert. Yeah, the desert in many traditions of the world, in religious scriptures and writings, is this area that is considered to be almost like a land of demons. And being alone in the desert, it's kind of like being at the mercy of these kind of negative energies and feeling like you cannot defend yourself, like you're in this barren landscape in which nothing can grow. So if you have been going through the motion in your career, I'm here to let you know that this energy is over, it's done with. What's coming up next is you expanding and growing in ways you haven't thought possible, mostly because you're starting to trust in yourself, and you're starting to also imaginatively project yourself in a position with an income, in a team of people that maybe before you thought, nah, I'm never going to be part of. No, what, me and those people? No, I never can work for that company. I'll never make that sum of money. You're going to stop this negative self-talk, and you're going to visualize yourself in that place, and it will start manifesting for you. Yeah, cycles, baby. This is the reading that I had for you, group 3. I really hope you have enjoyed it. What a wonderful energy. I hope it comes true for you. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this reading, and comment down below your experiences. I love to read your comments. And until next time, take really good care of yourself wherever you find yourself in the world. I hope the weather is not attacking you or affecting you and your loved ones. And if it does, I hope that you are finding simple, pragmatic ways to cope. My heart goes out to you. Until next time. Ciao.